got this scale set 5 pounds lighter.
Thank you, Amy. Good work, Dot. This is the earliest late you've been all week.
I'm just lucky to be here at all. They really should block streets off if they're planning to demolish an 8-story building.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one.
Dot, is your excuse that an 8-story building fell on you?
No, but it would have if I hadn't made a very sharp turn. Unfortunately, I turned onto a freeway ramp and somehow ended up in Santa Monica on the beach at high tide.
And it took the tow truck forever to get there, right?
Right.
And the car still smells of seaweed.
Nice touch.
Ladies, gather round. I have the most incredible news. Even more incredible than the lame excuse Dot has for being late, which I have no intention of listening to. I want to get Howard. This concerns him, too. Howard!
That is not fair. If I go to all the trouble to make up elaborate stories, the least she can do is listen to them. Ladies, gather round. I have the most incredible news.
Even more incredible than the lame excuse Dot has for being late.
Oh.
Jan, I'm in such a good mood that I'm going to forgive you. However, Carnival in Rio couldn't make me feel good enough to forgive you.
Hurry up, my gravy's congealing.
So's mine. Attention, everyone. I am thrilled to announce that the President of the United States will be dining here tomorrow evening.
Okay.
Are you serious? The President of the United States is coming here? Wow, what an honor.
Yes, out of all the restaurants in Los Angeles, they've chosen us.
Yeah?
Why?
Their first choice had a grease fire last night. Anyway, they're transferring the fundraising dinner over here.
Sounds like an exciting experience, guys. Kind you remember for a lifetime. The kind you tell your grandkids about. I won't be here.
Why not?
It's my night off.
Cassie, I'm sure Nancy would let you work tomorrow night.
Don't be silly, Jan. Nancy will force her to work tomorrow night.
I don't want to work tomorrow night. I got a date, okay?
You don't want to meet the President of the United States, but he's the leader of the free world, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
Yeah, but he's married.
Oh, Nancy, I can't believe it. This is the most wonderful thing that's ever happened to me.
I know, me too. There's just one dreadful problem.
What is it?
I'm beginning to behave like you.
Imagine it. Sunny Man performing for someone even more important than Sunny Man. We're talking about the most powerful man in the country, in the world. And I, for one, am in awe.
So am I. I had no idea that you knew who the president was.
Who cares about him? I'm talking about Frank Sinatra. The man is the king. I figure if the president's going to show up, Sinatra will be with him.
It's comforting to know you're so shallow, Sonny. Be scary to think of you out there exercising your right to vote.
Hey, I vote. And I still haven't won a Grammy.
Mr. President, I just love the way you run the country.
Oh, gosh, I hope I don't spill a bowl of chili down the president's back.
Ah, calm down, kid. You're just getting carried away because you never saw any celebrities back in Sneedville.
That's Snyder. And that's not true. Once the famous evangelist Jimmy Swaggart came into my diner, and he almost took the Lord's name in vain when I spilt the chili down his neck. Luckily, he healed himself.
I just met the First Lady, and you sure know how to pick 'em.
What are you doing?
I'm just rehearsing a little small talk to spring on the president. I mean, it'd be great stuff. Me chatting with him on the 6 o'clock news. President confers with Higgins. Gorbachev feels left out.
Yeah, well, I'd like to talk to him about how hard it is for working women these days.
Good point. I know my life's a lot worse because of the president. I mean, I'm blowing a date with a doctor here.
Oh, good. You're all loafing around. I can use this opportunity to tell you how important this dinner is to my career. After the First Lady sees me work, I'm sure she'll want me as her social secretary. So if there are any screw-ups, your landfill.
Don't worry about a thing, Nancy. I've got the entrance music all worked out for the big cheese.
Sonny, never play music like that for a man who has access to nuclear weapons. Furthermore, you must always address the president as Mr. President. For example, would you care for more soup, Mr. President? Or would you like some cracked pepper, Mr. President? Or would you excuse my stupidity, Mr. President?
Or would you cut the defense budget, Mr. President?
Jan, it's impolite to talk about important things with the President of the United States.
Just don't say anything to him, any of you. I don't want one of my waitresses wrestled to the floor by some Secret Service agent.
Don't worry, we'd never horn in on your action.
Cassie, you know your impertinence can be very trying at times.
Is this one of them?
Luckily, you're my best waitress. I'm not going to fire you. However, I wouldn't jump off a building if you were to quit.
I can't quit. I need the job. But if you were to change your mind about jumping off the building, maybe we could work something out.
Just be sure to report early tomorrow. The Secret Service will be here to run an extensive security check. Before you're allowed to serve the president, they want to see what they can dredge up from your dreary little past.
Well, that's silly. We don't have anything to hide. Hi, Dad.
Jan, do me a favor, okay? Quiz me on current events. Go ahead, ask me anything. I've studied the paper from cover to cover.
Dot, the president doesn't care whether or not you know who the head of the Sandinistas is or to what level the dollar has been devalued on the European markets.
I thought I knew this stuff. I really did.
Why are you doing this?
Well, it may not seem like a big deal to you, but tonight, Dot Higgins and the President of the United States will be in the same room. Our paths will cross. And for one brief moment, I will be a part of history. And I want to be able to say something more intelligent than, nice hair color, Mr. President.
Hi, Amy.
Yeah, hi.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. The Secret Service is just going to put me in jail, that's all.
You're in trouble? What happened?
Well, when I first came to L.A., I was walking down Venice Beach and this man came up to me. He asked me if I wanted to buy a watch. Oh, it was beautiful. It was genuine gold, had 21 jewels, told the time in London, England. I couldn't resist. I bought it.
It's probably a hot watch.
I know that, but the temptation was just too strong. I thought I'd been punished enough when the watch didn't work and my wrist turned green.
Don't be silly, Amy. How are they ever going to find out?
Well, sooner or later, the man's bound to be arrested, and when he is, he's liable to squeal on me to get a lighter sentence.
The Secret Service is not going to be worried about you. Not when they've got me here.
You're in trouble, too? Boy, you think you know the people you work with.
It was back when I was in college, during the 60s. I was at an anti-war rally, and I got arrested. But look, it was an important cause. We believed in what we were doing, and we felt we needed to make a political statement.
So what'd you get arrested for?
Well, I mooned a cop.
You what?
I mooned a cop. I mooned a cop, okay? Look, I was making an important political statement.
Even Nathan Hale didn't drop his pants.
Okay, but this story is not to leave this room. I mean it. This is very embarrassing.
What, the mooning story?
Well, we've got to try to find a way to keep our secrets from these government agents. Cassie, I mean, we've all got our dirty laundry to hide, but yours have those tough, hard-to-get-out stains. How are you planning on hiding it all?
I'm not gonna hide anything from anybody. I don't even want to be here.
So what are you going to tell them?
The only thing that'll get me out of work, the truth.
She's going to talk dirty to the government.
I see you come from Snyder, Texas.
Yes, sir. And I've always been a good girl. I was a member of the Girl Scouts. I went to church every Sunday, made my bed every day. A lot of things that should get me time off for good behavior.
Have you made many friends out here?
Well, yeah, there's Jan and Cassie and Dot, and I guess Sonny would qualify.
Is this Sonny a man?
I guess he would qualify.
How close are you to Sonny? Are the two of you intimate?
What? Oh, I could never do that with Sonny. Oh, could never do that with anybody. I mean, I could, but I haven't. Not that I wouldn't. I mean, I had this boyfriend back in Texas, but we didn't. Because you shouldn't.
Forget it. I'm sorry I asked.
That's what my boyfriend used to say. Can I go now?
I was born right here in L.A. Grew up here. Got married here twice. Got divorced in Las Vegas once.
Yes, we know about all that.
You do? You went back that far?
We even spoke to your ex-husband.
Where'd you get off prying into my personal life? That's an invasion of my privacy. You saw Lloyd? Was he miserable?
You know, it's always been my lifelong ambition to wait on the president, you know, to serve in some small or huge way this great country of ours. I've always thought that if each and every one of us joined together in a common bond, united with liberty and justice for all, we could build a city on a hill.
That's a very nice sentiment, Miss Higgins. Tell me, do you belong to any organizations?
Oh, my, yes. The Daughters of the American Revolution, the Junior Chamber of Commerce, the Silent Majority, and the National Rifle Association.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything unusual about your background. You were born in Kansas?
Yeah, but I worked in a diner there.
So?
So all the local farmers flirted with me.
So?
So I know where all the missile silos are in the entire state.
Well, that's okay. So do the Russians.
Do they know which senator has a rose tattoo and where?
So you grew up in Reno, Nevada?
Yeah, Reno. What a cheap, tacky city. My whole childhood, I couldn't wait to get out of there and move to Vegas.
Why? Was there some problem?
No problem, really. It's just that everybody hated me. I was a musical prodigy, a child genius. They were all jealous.
Well, your first grade teacher stated that you were backward, immature, and untalented.
See what I mean?
Oh, yes, Philadelphia can be a grand city for those in the privileged classes. Oh, how I miss those gala parties on the main line.
Our files say you grew up in South Philly.
I said I missed them. I didn't say I went to them. Oh, but who cares? The president's party will be even more smashing. Which reminds me, do you happen to know the First Lady?
I rode on a rear bumper once.
Oh, no. You mustn't kiss and tell.
Now then, Mr. Miller, could you tell me something about where you're from?
Trenton.
Yes, I know that. Could you elaborate on that a little?
New Jersey.
So I didn't throw the watch away because I was afraid my garbage man might turn me in. So I mailed it to the police headquarters with a full confession. It was returned to me insufficient postage, so I figure they put an electronic bug under the stamp.
They can do that? Miss Tompkins, if this watch thing is all you've got to hide, you should be checking us out.
North LA Law School. It's really important for me to be a lawyer. I want to contribute something moral and decent to society.
Moral? Decent? Is that what you had in mind when we took this picture of you at an anti-war rally? This is you, isn't it?
Well, it's a certain side of me. Look, that's a confidential file, isn't it? I mean, you wouldn't put that up on a bulletin board.
Are you kidding? This would never make the bulletin board.
Thanks a lot. Most of my close friends are young Republicans. Not that I don't like older Republicans, and Democrats, too. All Americans. Whites and Anglos and Saxons and Protestants. Not that I've actually dated all these people, you understand.
Look, you don't want me to serve the president. Did I tell you that I once dated the deputy consul of Bulgaria?
Yes, we know. He later defected. You have the thanks of a grateful government.
Look, if you really mean that, do me a favor and get me out of here tonight. I got a date.
A date? According to our information, you've recently begun spending your night off at the Willow Glen Rest Home.
Well, those old guys can be pretty spry.
Really? And you don't read to the senior citizens every week.
Boy, you guys don't miss a trick, do you?
I'll tell you what. The president's going to be out of here early. I'll get one of the limos and a police escort. We'll be at Willow Glen before 10.
Thanks. Hey, listen. Don't tell anybody else what I've been doing, okay? I got a reputation, you know?
Yeah, we know.
You're asking me, Sonny Man, if I've scored with any chicks lately? You're asking me, Sonny, the man? What do you consider lately?
So I thought perhaps the next time you see the First Lady, you might just lean over the bumper and hand her my resume.
So, in 1951, you were in Okeechobee, Florida. Is that correct?
No, I was in Korea.
Are you sure about that?
Let's see, there were snipers, mortar shells exploding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Florida.
Something bothering you?
Yeah, I have work to do.
Exactly what did you do in Korea?
Duck.
All right, Mr. Miller. That's all for the moment.
Let's see, menu preparation, dining protocol, floral arrangements. That was a tough sucker, but I did it.
Moriarty, call the office. I want a deep background check on Miller. He's lying.
Well, I'm sure you're mistaken.
I doubt it. But until I'm proven wrong, he's not going near the president's food.
That skinny kid from Hoboken caught the ear of a man named Dorsey and captured the heart of America. Times Square, the Paramount Theater, Bobby Soxer swooning too. What am I to do? Can't I be with you? Sunday, Monday, and always. Then we dropped the big one. And our boys came home from WW2. And Francis Albert found himself a new career. They hit me, and they hit me, and they hit me. It was fatso.
Mr. Secretary of Agriculture, what an honor. Oh, we're having some of your asparagus tonight.
Nancy, we're running out of hors d'oeuvres.
We can't hold out much longer. When is the Secret Service going to clear Howard?
Howard is a completely honorable man.
In spite of her best efforts.
Oh, thank goodness. Is everything cleared up?
No.
What do you mean, no? Has Howard done something wrong?
He's passed several bad checks and he's perjured himself.
We better do something soon. This crowd could get nasty. They're all Republicans. They've never been hungry before.
All right, add just enough coriander to make it piquant. All right. It'll be real piquant.
President will be here in 5 minutes.
How does it look?
I don't know. What is it?
Oh, it's the brown sauce for the veal.
It's the wrong color.
Oh, no. Jan, start serving the blinis.
Sorry, Nancy. I'm not working tonight. Not unless Howard works, too.
Oh, well, that's very noble of you, Jan. Fortunately, I have 3 other waitresses who like to afford food as well as serve it.
Nancy, we're with Jan.
How lofty. Thank goodness Dot has no scruples.
She did a second ago.
There are more important things in life than meeting the president. This doesn't happen to be one of them, but they made me do it.
Good Lord, it's him!
Well, I hope you're satisfied.
You bet I am. I know a security risk when I see one.
I don't know why you girls are doing this.
Because you would do the same thing for us.
No, I wouldn't.
I have the deep background check on the suspect, sir.
Good. What'd you turn up?
I don't think you want to discuss it here, sir.
Read the file.
Miller Howard G. enlisted in the Marines in 51, honorable discharge in 57, served in the Korean conflict, 2 Purple Hearts, 1 Silver Star personally awarded by President Eisenhower.
I don't know. You must have screwed up. What about his Florida record?
No, that's the screw-up, sir. The file you had said Miller Howard E.
Can I go to work now?
Yeah, sure. I don't understand. With a record like this, why were you so reluctant to talk about it?
Because Howard's not a talker. He's a doer.
All right, girls. It's all systems go. Get your blinis out there.
Oh, no, you don't, Miss Higgins, if that's what your real name is. Some of the things you told us don't check out. In fact, none of the things you told us check out. Oh, quietly.
What a bummer. Sinatra, a no-show. And he calls himself an American.
Yeah, I wish I weren't here either. This one fellow really shocked me. He said he was a procurement officer for the Navy. I thought the sailors got the girls themselves.
Well, I don't think the First Lady's going to hire me. It's my own fault. I was too passive. I had her cornered in the ladies' room and I let her go. Oh, why couldn't I just come right out and say, I want that job?
Come on, Nancy. You're not the only one who didn't speak her mind. Instead of asking the president what he planned to do about equal pay for equal work, I said, would you like another dinner roll, Mr. President?
Controversial, Jan. Very controversial.
When the president walked by, you curtsied.
I did not. Never curtsied in my life. Even if I wanted to, my knees wouldn't let me. I don't curtsy, okay?
President would like to compliment the chef.
Oh, welcome back, Mr. President. Where's the little lady?
How was that dinner roll, Mr. President?
Nice to see you again, Mr. President.
Oh, him again.
Okay, so I curtsied. He's the president of the United States. What'd you expect me to do? Give him noogies?
Brother, they keep me under guard for the whole dinner. I don't even get a glimpse of the president.
Oh, Howard, tell us everything the president said. Don't leave out a single thing.
Said good food.
And then what'd you say?
Thanks. Thanks.
Cassie, the limo's downstairs for your, your date?
Sure. Gotta go?
I ask you, is that fair? I don't even get to see the president, and she's going out with him.